It is Monday, July 22nd, and I'm Jennifer Lakshmi Dove of Dove Light Astrology. Today is the first day of Leo season. I want to say that first. I want to focus on that because Leo is the sign that's ruled by the sun. It's the only one ruled by the sun. And I mean, you know this. If you have any Leo people in your life, you know what they're like. They just have charisma out the wazoo, right? They're just so all about sharing, all about performing, all about sharing their heart, sharing their creativity. And the invitation for all of us during Leo season is to do that, to sort of bring the focus back to your creative self, when you think back to when you were 8 years old, what was the thing that you loved the most? Because Leo sort of represents our childlike selves, our connection to our inner child as well as to the divine, and it's all divinely expressed through the heart chakra. Leos are very loving people, so it is time for us to really let your heart shine. Lead with light, lead with love. Be the embodiment of the radiance the being that you are during this season. We can get some practice with that. Happy birthday to everyone who is celebrating their birthday, all the Leos listening and watching this. Let me know in the comments here if you are a Leo, because I love to celebrate and say happy birthday to everybody who is having a birthday when we get to the beginning of a zodiac season. And while you're commenting, if you haven't already subscribed, please do that. We've learned during looking at our analytics that most of the people who watch are not subscribed. So please subscribe. It helps the algorithm show these videos to more people who love astrology just like you. And okay, so let's look at the energy for the week, starting with the 22nd, going all the way to, what would that be, the 28th? I believe it's the 28th. I just want to make sure. Yes, it's the 28th. This week, we're all still healing and integrating what happened last week, and I'll point to the astrology of it. It was when Mars and Uranus were conjunct. Now, and Mars is the planet of action, the planet of it's your aggression, your assertiveness, the part of you that needs to get out in front of things and do things. And it helps us get out of bed in the morning, planet Mars. It is our masculine energy. If we talk about feminine and masculine energy, it is the energy that we have that keeps us going, gets us going. We get an idea, we follow it all the way through. That's Mars energy. Well, that planet was conjunct planet Uranus, which is the planet of abrupt change, abrupt, shocking changes, switches in the scene. Surprises. I talked about this in my video last week. I had a surprise. I had a great surprise. One of my kids showed up early, 5 days early for their week with me, and so we just had an extra long time together. But so it doesn't mean it's going to be violent, but in this case we saw it play out in a violent way in our political arena. Now that conjunction is still happening because we give a 10-degree orb between planets. In this case, though, I would say I'm going to bring it back to 5 degrees. So in a sense, it has really, we're in the end phase of it. So we're in the exhale of this energy, this shocking, dramatic Mars conjunct surprise Uranus. And Uranus is the planet of awakening. So chances are in your personal life you had some awakening happening, like I with my kid coming to visit early. I was just totally enlivened by that. I was awakened to how much I have been focusing on my work, and I need to play more. And I did. So what have you woken up to over the last, week? It was exact on the 15th. And so let's look a little bit forward in time here. So that energy is going to be dissipating, or exhaling now, and we just had this full moon yesterday in Capricorn. Another big exhale, another big release of energy, of old patterns especially. Full moons are beautiful for that. Sometimes you do want to like release the stuff in your life that you no longer need, that you've been looking at for 20 years. And you know what I mean. When you have a photo on your mantle, and suddenly like years go by and you're like, why is that there again? Like, I need to switch that up. Now's the time to do things like that, because we're still in this full moon energy. And also coming up, starting on August, I wrote it down, August the 4th, for 3 weeks, we're going to be entering into Mercury retrograde. So we're in what we call the pre-shadow phase. Before we get to Mercury retrograde, we start to have this vibe with technology, like we saw the Microsoft outage this week. And we want to look at backing up our own tech, backing up your computer, getting those hard drives, those portable hard drives out and using them, making sure everything's charged, making sure you have a full tank of gas before you leave the house, like things like that are really good habits to be in anyway, right? Like Mercury wants to remind us, like we need to take care of these details and not just keep rushing through life. But we're getting ready to enter into that Mercury retrograde period. So, which is a kind of interesting thing to have coming up. I have, my dad was a Leo, and the kid who was visiting me, my daughter is a Leo. And so I love that energy so very much, that vibrant, charismatic, let's do, let's play, let's go. My dad one day decided he was going to start a bluegrass festival in Carroll County, Maryland. And he did that, and it just, I was like, what? Like a festival? He was a bluegrass musician. He played guitar, mandolin, and he sang. Anyway, getting off topic there. It's time to like get into those creative ideas you've been having. The ones that people talked you out of perhaps years ago, and you've just let kind of simmer in the background, or things that you talked yourself out of. Like it's time to like revisit some of those ideas, especially creative ones, like starting a music festival or an art festival or a meetup. Something with groups is always really fun to do when this energy comes around, the Leo season energy, I mean. And it's nice to start it now before August 4th, before we get to August 4th. So if there's a project that you've been wanting to get to, whether it's a writing project or, some kind of creative project, get started on it now. Get your ideas down now, start your outline, get your, maybe write it in the form of a sonnet if you need an open sonnet, if you need just a really quick way to get the ideas down. Because you don't want to be trying to start something new during Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde is about reviewing and renewing and sort of remaking your vows to yourself, to your goals, and becoming more devoted to those goals. But it's not the best time to start things, right? Buy the plane tickets now. Make the plans for the adventure coming up in September now, or later. Like, don't start trying to do something new on August 4th. In other words. Okay, you guys, I have yammered on and on. I love Leo energy so much, and being a fire sign, I really just resonate with it. So you are here to express your unique, authentic energy in some kind of way, whether it is being a teacher, being the grocery clerk, or it's just being someone who practices meditation and people around you notice. You know what I'm saying? You want to connect with your inner essence during Leo season and practice letting that inner radiant feeling, your inner radiance. We all have that feeling of when we're in the right place at the right time doing the right thing. You can sort of imagine that feeling happening right now, even if you want, and have it. And my invitation to you is to practice that as we move through this Leo season and even all the way through Mercury retrograde. And let me know if this resonates with you in the comments here, wherever you're seeing this video. Got a little bit long, but sometimes that happens. Thanks for staying with me, and I will see you again soon.